Alrighty, welcome to Blacksad Under the Skin. This is a telltale adventure-like adaptation of the Blacksad property. Keith is here with us. Look down there. He's my Lil Pogchamp down there. So he'll be co-hosting this playthrough.
Finally, after all these years, I get to play Telltale's Batman series.
Because that's what this is.
Yeah. Are we on the same page there that Blacksad is Batman?
Yeah, well, there's this one...
And I don't mean on the shallow, like, hey, they're both noir, and I haven't realized what that is yet, but, like, he literally, like, he's got, like, Batman's cowl-shaped head with the mask opening-shaped white spot on his face, and his best bud is Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, there's a panel in Arctic Nation, which is the story that takes place right before this one.
Where he's like a gargoyle on the roof.
Yeah, he's like inexplicably hanging out on a rooftop, like perched like Batman. And I was like, what the hell
out of
is
nowhere,
going on
there's
here?
an obvious Batman reference panel in Arctic Nation. Both of us reread the first two stories of Blacksad last night to get caught up.
Yeah, because this takes place chronologically. It's the third Blacksad story. We've got some subscriptions. Bloss King just subscribed. Thanks so much. But yeah, we'll get started right now. Let's just dive in. I know nothing about this game, basically, other than this. Than it takes
Nation
place.
has highly detailed, muscular, furry ass.
It does. And it has Weekly. The first introduction of Weekly being a horny little stinky boy.
Yeah, it's him photographing this dude having sex.
All right, well, let's hit new game. If you restart the game, this says if you restart the game because I played with the settings, that's all.
Instead of black and sad, that character was white and horny.
Let's hit yes. Ooh, mysterious.
It looks like they've hung the first version of TV Sonic to death. Oh, he's a lynx.
Yeah.
Not a terrifying photorealistic hedgehog man.
Oh, this was a sudden cut to a tutorial screen. This interactive drama uses similar controls to other games of its genre. Do you still want to enable the tutorial? I don't know, Keith. Do you think I'm gamer enough to play without a tutorial for a point-and-click adventure game?
Do you think you know how to play a you press buttons when they say to press buttons game? This tutorial's like, when the A button comes up, press A.
Oh, we're gonna get Blacksad will remember this choices here. Silhouette on the right is no longer visible. There we go. You think the loading screen wouldn't freeze on 99% if it skipped all the way to 99? Why didn't it just slowly lead up?
Loading screen percentages are just a farce.
Yeah, they're a complete lie.
They've always been a lie.
Ooh.
Sometimes when I walk into my office, I get the feeling that I'm walking among the ruins of a lost civilization. Not because of the reigning disorder, but because it feels like the remains of the civilized person I used to be.
Where is the damn detective? I'm gonna
That's a
rip
quote.
his head off. I swear I'll tear his eyes out. Hey! Hand over the pictures, you bastard. Now! Otherwise, you're gonna be dead meat. Hear me, cat?
What kind of pictures are you looking for exactly?
You know which ones. Me and a lady. 2 days ago.
Ah, curious, are you? Plenty of things you could learn through.
I'm gonna kill you!
His mic is so booming.
I know the audio mixing is a little rough. That action was not sold. There's like a lack of audio and energy.
A guy like him.
You had but a
Bought
horn,
enough time to aim at his soft spots.
bro. Oh, what's the one thing where a rhino has a specific advantage?
It took him off guard.
Oh man, you broke my jaw.
Well, now it matches your marriage.
If you show my wife those pictures, I'm dead meat. You'll ruin my life, please.
I don't enjoy meddling in others' affairs, but it's my job, and I've got bills to pay. You're the one cheating on your wife, buddy. This is on
Harsh.
you.
Hey, I'm no two-timer, I swear. It only happened once, for God's sake. I'm just her bodyguard, that's all. She seduced me. I love my wife, honest to God. I even quit the damn job for her. You can't break up
What a
family
weird thing
for
to
one
say.
tiny mistake.
All right. I'm leaning for the middle option.
Breaking up your family? I don't think you need my help there, buddy.
Okay, how about this? You give me
Damn.
those pictures and tell her a white lie, and I pay you 10 times what she's offering. You save my family, and you make a pretty penny. What do you say? Deal?
For
I'm
as
not a
long as I
white
can
lie.
remember,
I'm
I had
Blacksad.
collected nothing more than bad gigs, debt, and sorrow. My self-respect and bank account were racing to see who'd hit rock bottom first.
I mean, he just killed someone to not take a
You're only
deal,
making
so.
things worse. You better leave before I lose it.
Look, partner, I've been asking about you. You're a good detective, but I know you've seen better days. You've had nothing but crappy cases lately, like this one. I'm offering you a way out. Money can go a long way, you know. You could try running some ads. Maybe you'll find better clients and well-paid gigs. You know, start all over? Come on, think about it. You can save my family and save yourself.
I warned you. Okay, now I'm officially about to lose my cool. 3,
You son of a...
2,
Wait, man, don't shoot.
1.
You are gonna regret messing with Eugene Colbert. I swear to God you will.
My
Interesting.
uninvited guest had left me several gifts.
Oop.
First of all, a massive headache. That guy's skin was hard as a rock. Second of all, an empty wallet. Business as usual.
Oh, we got to keep the gun. That's exciting.
Third, the feeling that my moral compass was far too calibrated for my own good.
It feels like a Chekhov's moment
Last
when he
but
just
not least,
specifically
certain
stores it.
more gifts were yet to come.
He's a nice guy. You'll, You see what I said about my pal Blacksad? Doesn't even know you, and he's already offering you a seat.
Pretty sure these two hate each other.
Yeah.
Jake's right, of course. That's me to a T. Please, have a seat.
Shut up and listen, buddy. All right? I brought you a client.
She looks so weird.
Yeah.
Something strange about her face.
The gorilla's tripping me up too, but yeah, like the choice to make just extremely human women most of the time is a very strange part of Blacksad. And
Yeah.
everyone else is just full furry. Like when you see this guy in the comic, he is just a gorilla.
Yeah,
Like,
he's like
he's
a
not even
straight up ape.
anthropomorphized.
Yeah. All right, I'm hitting
Cut.
pause really quickly because I
Turn on
want to check.
subtitles.
Yeah, I wanted to see subtitles because I didn't see them in the menu when I looked. Here we go.
There it
They're in the
is.
language settings. Okay.
I was gonna say
so
you want
sorry about
subtitles
that.
on when a Let's Play where two people are potentially trying to talk.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. So that's fine. I mean, it is what it is.
What stood out to me is just that like the action was like it's an adaptation of a comic that's very good at selling action with these incredibly energetic frames, and then they had that. Like him
Yeah.
charging and falling onto the desk and it just being a flat angle that fully shows it effectively shows at a wide angle what's happening, but doesn't like sell the energy, and there's no like impact sounds to really like drive up the energy or music. Like it feels like two people just kind of doing stunts in an empty room with no sound effects. It just kind of felt weirdly flat for the confrontation.
So people in chat are saying they're stuttering, but no, that's just the game, I think. Oh. Did the game just crash? What's going on? Speak of the devil.
Well, I'll teach you to enable subtitles.
All right, let's quickly get this back to the menu then. That's funny. Oh yeah, the game just hard quit. Okay, we're off to a good start.
Never pause me again. So I avoided playing this game when it came out because I heard about there being really bad performance problems. And, welp.
Yep.
This might not be the best sign.
There we go. All right, is this a little bit better? That should be good. Game is gonna be really loud for a minute. Oh, there we go. Mana says my model is stuttering a lot. I think it's because the game was struggling.
Kind of lost it.
All right, I will get it open for you again, Keith. Give me just 1 second. Ooh.
Would you like some editing?
There we go. That should be better for you. All right, let's hit continue. So will it load this scene is the question, or are we starting over? All right, we're good.
We're back. Nothing happened. Did it save subtitles getting turned on?
I think it did. The game's definitely got like a nice moody atmosphere.
Stop touching everything. This guy would make me so anxious.
I mean, we're basically watching the conversation in real time.
We need to find him soon, or we will have a very serious problem.
He just moves like
Thanks
that.
for the information and the picture. They'll really come in handy. Let me see if I have this straight.
Those are wild eyes.
They look very surprised. Navigate through the different hotspots. Press A to select the hotspot you want to interact with. Well, I mean, it seems like this is the only one I can interact with. Oh, okay, I see. I was in a tutorial. We know the Lynx is the victim, so...
Your father, Joe Dunn, boxing manager and gym owner, hanged himself 2 days ago.
Yes.
That's all she had to say? Okay.
Correct.
Bobby Yale, a boxer at Dunn's gym, has a crucial fight against the reigning champion in 2 weeks. But he disappeared 2 days ago, right about the same time your father died.
Yes.
In short, if Bobby Yale is a no-show for his fight, you'll have to pay a fine. But since you don't have the cash on hand, your father's gym would have to close.
Yes.
So you want me to find Bobby Yale?
Yes. No. Jake wants you to find Bobby.
What does that detail mean for me?
Yeah.
Well, first of all...
Does she publicly not want to be part of the case?
I'm really sorry, Miss Dunn. Please accept my condolences.
Thank you.
Damn it, John. Will you take the case or not?
I will. But we're talking about Madison Square Garden. The stakes are high, which can only mean things will get ugly behind the scenes.
I mean, that's a good point.
Not to mention pricey.
Yes, Mr. Blacksad. If you find Yale and he fights, I'll be able to pay you whatever you ask for.
I wonder if she's like rigging the game somehow, and that's why she'll be able to pay us. That seems like a Blacksad kind of twist.
There's always going to be someone behind it. Or there like several people all being pitted against each other that don't know what's happening.
Yeah. These comics are never really straightforward.
Hopefully this is one of the stories where it all comes together at the end and has a big climax, and not the one where the climax happens and then they explain for 20 minutes what happened after it's over.
Yeah. I love the way lizard people look in this universe. They're so cool.
Oh yeah, the one that shows up at the was it his house or their? Fuck, I don't remember whose house it was.
It's his apartment, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Blacksad takes place in like a 1950s, 60s kind of New York time period analog.
I know you are.
An unusual amount of daylight for a noir narrative.
But I'll search it myself at some point. That cleaning lady, Miriam Purnell, the one who found Joe Dunn's body. She works part-time at Sam's Diner, just down the road on the left, right?
That's right.
I think I might pay her a visit as well. And the gym, of course, and see what I can find. Okay, I think I've got enough to start with for now.
He sounds so like unsure of himself. He has a really there's an actor I'm thinking of that I can't remember the name of. He plays Bill's brother in Kill Bill. What is his name?
Oh, yeah.
Back when Jake was coming up the ranks.
God, I would know this if it were like any other day.
Yeah, he's the same actor that's in Dishonored.
Yeah, yes, exactly. He has that
Looks
same
like Dunn
vocal
liked to
quality.
measure his daughter and Bobby Yale each year. Sonia's measurements stop at 18, and there's a gap in Bobby's between ages 15 and 17.
Interesting. So I wonder if this game is gonna Sherlock us, or if we like just need to get all the clues before we can move forward.
I've not played the Sherlock games, so my first reflex was like, what, like Benedict Cumberbatch? What are you talking about?
Oh, no.
I'm worried.
No, the Sherlock games, you can like, if you don't find the clues, then you'll just like be stuck, or you can like solve things incorrectly.
I better leave these two alone.
If I remember
how they
correctly,
were
in LA
posing for
Noire,
us.
you could kind of just choose what you thought the answer was, and they would never correct you, and you would just move on.
Is that done? Wow.
Michael Madsen, someone says in chat.
Michael
Yes, that is his
Madsen.
name. Thank you for picking that up. I could not remember. I knew it was two M's, but in my head it was not Michael.
Yeah, he's the ear chopper.
Yeah. All right, let's look around up here. What's going on?
I'm
Is there
taking
anything-
it back because I have seen so much shipping art of that Lynx, and I thought it was someone's OC.
Helen Moore's Secret. Champions Energy.
This is the one Blacksad thing I had not seen yet, so I just assumed, like, oh, it's just a character I've never seen before. That it's just a self-insert.
Okay, Boo Berry. He
Boo
looks like
Berry?
a baseball goat. That's cool.
Like the cereal?
Yeah, it's your favorite. The cereal mascot.
I can't wait to hear about the famous boxer Count Chocula. Oh my god. He's
Yeah,
down
he,
for the count.
Yeah, he unfortunately tore his ACL and had to get out of boxing, and that's how he found his way to cereal. Ooh, Carlos Luis Martin. Oh, it's like he's a rooster, so it's cockfighting. Nice.
Was this game kickstarted?
I don't
or are these
know.
characters? Are those characters? They look like models, so maybe they are characters. But my first reflex was just like, Easter egg references to Kickstarter backers for a game. What's your fursona? We'll make a baseball card for him.
Look at him. He's beefy. Hello, sir.
His mouth is tripping me out because he just doesn't have a chin, so it just goes all the way out to a mouth that's like 6 inches ahead of his face.
Yeah. One thing I'll say about this game's art style is that the women look more anthro in the game than they do in the comic. Like, I mean, if you look at her face, at least.
Yeah, the extent to which the comic book characters are just, it's a woman with ears.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're often specifically like, they have like white woman like fur. So it doesn't even look like they have fur, they just look like a white lady with ears. There's still like an uncanny like Cats movie thing going on.
A little bit. Al Stone.
And then every man is just an animal, man. You're like, why does this series have to be like this specifically? There's so much going on that's great with the art in Blacksad, and then they draw the women like that, and you're like, why? Why'd you do this to me?
All right, let's go back downstairs. Is there nope, that's the journal button. There doesn't seem to be a sprint, so I can't walk more quickly than this.
That's some busted glass.
Yeah. All right, interesting.
They probably had to come up here to hang him.
Yeah, they probably did.
It's like an incredibly high effort, inconvenient way to hang somebody. It's a building not designed for that, and the roof is so high.
He like teleported down those stairs.
Was he a boxer or a saxophone player?
Joe Dunn was not a. I don't think he was a boxer. He owned the gym. He was like a coach. The harder you train, the luckier you get. So we got half of a trading card there. Bobby Yale.
I think its value is gone at that point. I don't think anyone's gonna want it.
No, we can tape it together. That restores its value.
Yeah, like the Triforce.
Yeah, it'll be at least an 8 on the PSA. Don Lynch versus Billy Parrish, Emil Johnson, Frank Rios. Okay, so these are just big fights that happened.
Sonny Dempsey. Was that an anteater? Did I see that right? That was a crocodile.
Yeah. That's cool. All right, let's keep moving.
Any super long, pointy face seems like it might be an issue for getting punched, but an anteater would definitely be worse.
Fabio something. All right, we got another half of a card.
Who took their scissors to these cards?
Oh, we can call people.
Yeah, you can call Robin, or you can call
Weekly
Chief. Wow, I forgot already.
Smirnoff.
I was trying to make Batman jokes. I literally forgot what he's called.
Gordon. Commissioner Gordon. Yeah.
Yes.
Weekly speaking, the legend of what's news.
Hey, Weekly. This is
John. Did you get my pictures?
yes, and
That rhinoceros has one big horn,
uh.
You want me to find out her name? Please. Pretty please.
No, Weekly. Look. The rhinoceros came by and offered me money to keep quiet.
Wow.
For his horn?
Talking petty cash or big bucks?
The latter.
That's my boy. Good job, Blacksad.
Your boy Blacksad didn't take the money.
What?
Listen, Weekly.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't the right thing to do. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, let's just change the subject. Hey, I heard something weird's going on at this gym. What was the name? Dunn's gym. Didn't you have
That was the game had to load the line in for a second.
now, a boxing gym. Now, that's what I call news.
Actually, I'm working on a case for the gym owner. But you're putting me on the spot here. Let me settle into things before you do anything, will you?
All right, but make it quick. See ya.
Spell him through the phone.
So what would the benefit of calling the rhinoceros his wife be? Just to tell on him?
Just poke the bear.
Call Smirnov.
Smirnoff.
Joe Dunn, the boxing coach. You hear anything about his death?
Blacksad, is that you?
You got me. How's everything, Chief?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks for asking. Too much work as usual. As for Joe Dunn, he hanged himself. End of story. I'm too busy, John. I can't afford to put a single man on the case. Why are you asking?
You know I'm bound by client detective confidentiality privileges.
And you know I'm bound by law enforcement confidentiality. If you find anything relevant or start feeling a bit more talkative, give me a call. Always a pleasure, John.
I thought that line was going to be like a sarcastic joke, but you just played it straight.
It's just sincere.
Let's go back and give him another
The
call.
idea that he hung himself is so unreasonable in a location like this.
Yeah, genuinely insane. There would be so much bruising around his neck too, because as you said, he would have to like fall
It's me
down.
again. Thing is, Joe Dunn's daughter hired me.
All right, thanks, John. But I still don't get it. Any signs of foul play?
His pupil, Bobby Yale. No one's seen him since Dunn hanged himself.
Well, his coach killed himself a few weeks before his big fight. Must be drowning his bad luck in booze in some gutter somewhere.
So, are you gonna help me?
Why should I, Mr. Client Detective Privileges? Anyway, I'm afraid I don't have anything
Damn.
to share, and it seems like you don't either. But if you do find something, give me a call.
All right, so this seems like it's gonna be a
We've been friends for a long time.
mechanic.
I think this is what two friends talk about on the phone. Good to hear from you, John. Take care.
Wow.
Wait, he's holding the phone not up to his ear.
No, he's holding it up like a human would. Like he's not holding it to anywhere near where his ear is. So I think the
I
reason
wanna-
to call the rhino's wife is because didn't she hire us to investigate him? So and we haven't
Yeah.
told her yet.
We haven't told them yet. I'm gonna
'Cause
turn
of
up the voice volume again because even though Blacksad is really loud, no one else is. So we'll just pump this up
Yeah.
another 10%.
Well, that might be a phone effect thing.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
that's
I
fine.
always just make the voices way louder.
All right. Let's go ahead. Let's call
Your
the wife.
Blacksad for moi.
Hello?
Blacksad here.
Please don't tell me my husband.
Yes, Mrs. Colbert. I'm afraid you were right to hire me.
Oh, that filthy good for nothing. I'm gonna rip his horn out.
That sounds difficult.
All right. We were
That
true to our
grimace-
word. We
that
did
grimacing
what we said we
scream.
were gonna.
Yeah. Dude threatened us with a gun.
When you're good at making excuses, it's difficult to excel at anything else.
Damn.
That's some Street Fighter advice. It's not because your character's low tier. It's because you haven't gone into practice mode.
Yeah.
You're losing because you're bad. Get good.
Is that impact font?
Success is dependent on effort. I think so. I think that's impact.
Like memes. Did they have impact font in the 50s?
Ooh. There we go.
At least they took the body down on like in disco.
What leads a man to do something like this?
I shot the body down in disco, so I mean, hey.
I've
Damn,
already
someone's
dealt me a fair
rad.
share of blows, but
I think it took me like a week to get the body down. No, Blacksad, don't.
No, it doesn't need to be the end.
I'm sorry
How
for
would he
complaining. It's
even-
been like 18 years since the last comic. I'm sorry.
How would he even reach? Again,
I
he's
don't know why. Something just doesn't add up.
the noose would
Well,
be
yeah,
so
he
high
literally,
up.
he literally could not hang himself
Yeah.
unless he jumped from up there.
All right, there's something fishy
But someone
about the
could string
suicide.
him up and then just pull.
Yeah. I'm wondering
Probably a
if I
group of
had
people,
to
because this is-
investigate that first before going upstairs to check out the window. Let's try this. I feel like the first chapter of these adventure games is always really Like, you don't know how to think about the puzzles yet, so you just end up walking around, wandering
you're still
around.
trying to figure out what the loop is, like what your goals are, what being done looks like.
Bar on those panels.
Oh,
What is it?
okay. So what he's saying is that the iron bar on that panel is missing, like all of the others. See how there's like a bisecting bar? This one doesn't have one. And I was thinking maybe it broke when he hung himself, but he's actually hanging from the girder down there.
Yeah, it's also like the glass looks cracked, but is still there, and the top of the bar is there.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be anything here. I'm kind of confused because like he just said something's fishy about how he hung himself or like how he killed himself, but like there's no clue. Like that's just a hunch he has. He thinks it's fishy, but
he just got vibes.
we haven't discovered anything yet. So it's like a weird little thing to have pop up.
Damn
when
it,
we like
Blacksad, why can't you just be media savvy?
Yeah.
That would make this so much easier.
Kind of interesting. All right, let's try the phone call one more time if that was all I had to do. I doubt we need to, but... Oh, there's
or just
exit
leave.
right here. Yeah, let's just go, actually. It's fine. Wait, is there a door back here we can go through? Let's do that. Yeah, there's this area. Okay. If you want to box
you've been playing
train...
a lot of adventure games, huh?
If you want to win, train harder.
What have you've played like 3 of the Sherlock Holmes games now or something?
I played two of the Sherlock Holmes games on the channel, and
wow,
I played a...
Those are getting segmented.
Yeah, we're getting quarter cards now. I played 2 Sherlock Holmes games on the channel, and then Norco. The harder you bang, the muckier you get.
Wow.
Hell yeah, Weekly wrote that.
I literally was about to joke about the other one being like, the harder you fuck, the luckier you get. And then somebody else made that joke else. What the...
Farting is the key to succeeds.
What? What? Somebody's had too many concussions.
No dung, no glory.
What the fuck?
It was the 50s. They hadn't invented Twitter yet, so they had to carve weird shit into bathroom stalls.
Yeah, and try to figure out how to get people to laugh at any of it.
But yeah, I've played a bunch of adventure games on the channel. I've played Norco.
I thought it said
Sam
fuck
and Max.
Me. Oh no. He can't spell it?
No. The racists are dumb, man. They can't spell anything.
Also, I didn't know that word existed in the Blacksad universe.
I didn't either.
Locked. But a true detective never leaves home without his... Huh? Sometimes even the most experienced detective has to go home to get his lockpicks.
Not yet.
Go home to your office? Oh no.
We have to go investigate stuff. I am sure the second... Okay, we can't go into the showers.
That very much was like the trying to draw a swastika and not being able to energy.
Yes.
It just turns into like a confused like antenna.
So actually, that gets to something about this setting that like maybe people don't know, but because it takes place when it does, like racial allegory and that was weird. Automatically walked back through the door. The game, the story has a lot to say about like race, and it frequently comes up in the comics. And the story that takes place immediately before this one, wow, the hitbox on that door is huge.
Yep, as long as the A is still floating over there, you can't do anything else.
That's wild. Having trouble walking through a door. I was trying to investigate the wall over here. The story immediately preceding this one, like he beats up the KKK. It's kind of a cool aspect, and I think it's pretty obvious, but both Blacksad and Weekly are, racially coded, which is kind of cool, because it's just like, he's basically like a black detective in the 1950s.
The Arctic Nation just straight up has the KKK and the Black Panthers in it.
Good morning to you.
John Blacksad, Private Eye. Would you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Not at all. Proceed, Your Honor.
Were you here on Sunday afternoon?
Yes, indeed, kind prince. I came down to watch TV after having run the New York City Marathon in record time.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Well, there is indeed. Move. You're blocking my view of this wonderful
Conductor.
sunset.
Union Railroad.
It just so happens that you can, apple of my eye, do this old man a favor and bring him some sustenance.
All right.
All right, so we got to get the old goat a sandwich.
Then maybe he saw something.
Ooh, the
But yeah,
controls
Arctic
got weird
Nation
walking
has
through there.
Arctic Nation has the KKK and it has the Black Panthers, and it codes Blacksad as being mixed race.
Yep. And Weekly as just straight up being a
Not white,
racial
at least.
minority. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all vague-ish. It's
Yeah.
interesting in that it sidesteps one element that's commonly criticized in furry racism media,
I might
which
just
is
be
that
the last person in New York without a TV. Who needs one anyway?
like it's always like, oh, they made the Predators the minority group or something like that in like various other media, and it's always like, well, this is iffy because it's like saying X-Men are analogous for a minority, because it's like, well, they do have lasers, so maybe this is a bad analogy because they have they have this or that threat or whatever.
Yeah.
But in the Blacksad universe, it literally is just as arbitrary because it's not any specific animal type. It's literally black and white animals.
Yeah, it's like people with fur that has color and people who are just white furred animals.
Yeah. So there is no super messy thing of like, the mice are discriminated against or something.
Well, it also sidesteps the issue of like tackling racism without wanting to say racism. Like it very much is like, oh yeah, no, like this is, we're not making a parable or like a metaphor for why racism is bad. We're just going to say racism is bad. All right. Due to the sudden and unexpected death of Joseph R. Dunn, a private service for family and friends will be held at St. Fergus Church on Friday, October 14th at 6 p.m. All right.
Like Blacksad and Weekly literally met under a hate crime.
Yes, they did. And Blacksad was mad about being mistaken for being a reporter.
Yeah, but also Weekly smells terrible.
Yeah, Weekly's a stinky.
You're gone. Boy. You left the game.
What is happening?
Goodbye. I think they didn't block you from walking somewhere.
You can just walk forever, I guess.
And then you might.
This game's a little crusty, all right. We can't. We can't.
There's been a fair number of line reads already where I'm like, I would have gone for another try.
Mary
Maybe
Purnell,
some voice direction.
the person who found Dunn's body, works a block away from the gym. I'm certain she can give me the kind of information that.
Hey! Watch where you're going, you jerk! You looking for trouble, moron?
Hey, I'm walking here.
Sorry. Really, I'm sorry.
You better be, you wuss!
Jeez.
Unnecessary.
In the comics, he has his moments of being a lot more aggressive, so I'll probably lead into that sometime soon. He kind of just doesn't mess around at all.
He also gets his ass beat every comic.
Oh, constantly gets beat up.
And there you go. We'll miss you at Sam's Diner. Come back soon.
I bet that person's going to be important. We saw their paw.
yellow hand.
Welcome to Sam's Diner.
It's a
What
Labrador.
Blacksad,
kind of an awkward.
Private Eye. I work for Sonia Dunn. I need to ask you some questions about Joe Dunn.
Sure, but I'm working right now. Maybe later?
This modded Fallout 4 is wild.
I only see one customer sitting at the counter, and he's asking for your cooperation.
All right.
Let's
Can
talk
I
a bit
have
more about Joe Dunn.
Because you're a cat man.
No, I'm gonna take it to the goat probably.
Old ass internet joke. I know, but
yeah.
Can I ask cheeseburger?
A good one. Always paid on time. Never raised his voice. If I asked for the day off, he even cleaned the gym.
Her voice sounds really familiar. I wonder what it is.
How was Joe Dunn outside the gym?
I wouldn't know. I only saw him at the gym or right there. That was his spot.
All right.
I think
something to investigate.
Everyone liked him.
All right.
What can you tell me about Sonia Dunn?
I barely know her, but she looks like a smart girl, poor thing.
I hate the sound of like the notes popping up because it sounds like someone popping their lips. It's really funny.
Any ideas where Bobby Yale could be?
How am I supposed to know? He's rarely there when I clean the gym. Bobby seems like a nice kid, but I barely know him.
I like how she says, I barely know him, and the note says she knows him.
Immediately
Let's
gets
talk a bit
shifted.
more about Joe Dunn. Can you tell me how you found Dunn's body?
Well, I thought I was alone. I clean early in the morning before Mr. Dunn comes in.
Oh, so you have keys to the gym.
Yes, of course. There was paint on the floor, so I thought it'd be a busy morning. And then I saw him, hanging there, like a baby mobile over a crib. Then I think I panicked. When I calmed down, I called the police and waited outside. Sorry, that's all I can say.
Don't worry. But if you remember anything else, let me know. Thanks, but I still don't get why he'd commit suicide.
All right. We don't know enough about him to make a call yet.
I honestly thought the person that found her was the...
Who? Who's that?
A big gorilla. Boxer, too. A friend of Joe Dunn's.
Oh, yeah. I barely know him. I don't like how he looks at me.
So yeah, I don't know. It's like we don't know enough about him to say anything about what we think about the case. Like if we go back into the Joe Dunn menu here,
Let's
you see
talk a bit more about Joe Dunn.
It says like he had problems with his daughter, he had money issues, he was a widower. The only yes, I know these are all facts, but like we don't really know how any of these would actually relate to the case other than that he had money issues.
Just potentially just prompting for discussion, I guess. But the
yeah,
what threw me is that in that grainy ass cutscene, I thought that the person that approached us was the person in that cutscene.
Oh yeah.
Can I have a hamburger, please?
Oh sure, regular or cheese.
Oh no.
Can I ask cheeseburger?
But what if we pick cheese? What if the goat doesn't like cheese?
What if he's lactose intolerant?
Yeah, oh no.
What if it literally kills him?
I'm gonna go with a regular because
what
it
if you're
seems
splurge? What if he's like, wow, you splurged for the cheese?
Oh no.
I'll tell you more now.
Clementine
I'll solve the whole
will
case
remember
right
this.
now. Yeah.
Regular. That'll do.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really weird line read.
You want
really
fries?
weird
A
animation.
drink?
No, that's it.
Okay. Is that for here or to go then?
To go, please.
The old man doesn't get no fries.
One burger to go, Sam.
Okay.
What? What is this?
What? It's your chance to catch something important. That radio's freaking out a bit. Is that important? It's like those horrible missions in Final Fantasy 14.
Okay, so this is telling me Blacksad can hear something from here. There's
his
one
ears
clue.
twitching around.
Interesting.
He's in his mind palace. Blacksad has been shot, and he has 3 seconds to find out how to survive. as he falls.
One hamburger to
Her
go.
handwriting is nice and neat.
Okay, interesting.
It's weird that the
so we're like
subtitle-
profiling her.
It's weird that the subtitle lies about what it says.
They look puffy and tired. Sleepless nights?
Wow.
Hectic days? Or has she
Do
been
they?
crying?
Do they
Perhaps all
look
of the
puffy and
above.
tired?
I don't know. Ma'am, you should smile more.
Oh no.
Like, what a fucking line. Like, oh, this woman looks tired.
Smells like cinnamon. No, cinnamon and burgers.
That's a mix. I
It's
mean, I
very
can
curious.
guess why she smells like burgers.
No, it's a huge mystery. We have no idea where she works. What are you talking about?
Your burger is ready.
Did he actually win? Did he get, what was it, like 251 or whatever? Isn't that what you need? Wow, it just
What?
brought us back here.
That was a trippy transition. That's a
I'll let
noise.
you enjoy your meal.
Low
Four
poly
people
food.
used the back door that very same night.
What?
Well, I might be blind as a
Huh?
but as you can certainly see, I have two wonderfully functional ears.
Maybe slow down a little bit. You ate half the
Very
burger.
kind of you. Shame it didn't have any cheese.
You!
Ugh. Rats.
4 people used the back door 2 days ago?
Yeah, that's right.
Who was the first person to use the back door?
Someone big unlocked the door, stepped inside, then came right back out.
God, I hate that sound. That sound effect. It's so grating.
Just over and over and over.
Who was the second person to use the back door?
A man, just a few minutes after the first person. He came back out muttering, "Ungrateful bastard." Then he threw something in the trash and walked back in. Oh, no, wait. Before that, he gave me a coin. A coin? I mean, do I look like I need spare change? Huh? I mean, I'm staying at the Million-Star Hotel, for God's sake.
All right.
Who was the third person to use the back door?
Judging by the quiet footsteps, I'd say it was someone small. I'd say it was about 30 minutes after the second person came out. Whoever it was threw something in the trash and stood in front of me for a moment. Then I heard a click. And finally, I heard trailing laughter in that direction.
Who was the fourth person to use the back door?
Someone big. I recall heavy breathing. The person left in a hurry, running in that direction.
Alrighty. Well, we have some clues.
I always criticize video game like conversation trees a bit just in general, but like this is such an example of the type of ones that bother me a bit, where I'm like, why not just say the 4 things in order? Why not just do it?
Completely.
Like it's so clunky to individually prompt the 4 of them, even though why would you ask for them in any order other than the numerical order? And like why does Blacksad have to individually ask in universe each person like with a full voiced sentence? And how about the third person specifically now?
Yeah.
What if I changed it up to fuck with your memory? What if I asked for the third one, and then the first one, and then the fourth one, and then the second one? Like, what is the purpose of it being a dialogue tree in that moment?
It's there just to make us feel like we're playing a video game. Like that's truly, it's 100% for the audience, and that's it.
This is true for like this game, Fallout New Vegas, just any number of video games where there's just like very strange, like chunkier, clunkier moments of how the dialogue trees work. Where I'm like, why did you do it that way?
Yeah.
Another contender for me is whenever somebody tells a story or something, and every 3 lines asks if you still want to keep hearing. And you're like, I swear to God,
I hate that.
Please
Like,
just keep
tell
going.
me.
Oh my God.
All right. He did take the chest expander, which is what was thrown in the trash. So let's ask him about that.
There's a chest expander in your cart.
A what expander?
A thingamajig with 3 springs.
Oh, the thingamajig with springs. Oh, I got it from the trash back there.
He's using it to hold his luggage shut.
Yeah.
That's when you like grab the 2 handles and try to pull them apart, right?
Yeah.
That's all for now. Thanks.
What? I didn't want it to go away. I just wanted to...
You fool.
I wanted to thank him.
You're going to confuse this poor old
Do you
man.
remember anything else about the day you found the thingamajig with the springs and the paint can?
Yeah, no. Wait, yeah. Well, no. Now that I think of it, no. Hey, pal. How about thanking a good-looking goat with a cigarette?
Man, am I not going to be able to do my, like, Blacksad sense on him?
He's so open.
I don't think that's a good idea. You've got one nasty cough.
Oh, come on. You know, cigarettes have lots of very healthy properties.
The 1950s.
Oh, come on. It's just a smoke, lady.
Okay, you're right.
I enjoy his voice acting, but his coughing does not work very well.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you think you're not responsible for my pathetic state. Think you're
Whoa.
not to blame?
Whoa.
He got us.
Government shipped me off to war.
They shipped me off too.
Oh, right.
Oh.
So then you know what it's like to kill too. Well, then another sad hobo shouldn't be a problem for you, Professor.
Yeah, I killed people.
And yet, you don't want to help me die. Wait, but that's not what I wanted to say. Oh, well, you know we goats tend to jump from one thing to another.
Like rabbits.
That's kind of
The
fun.
government paid for everything. Army fatigues, rations, weapons, lodging, hookers, drugs. Do you know where that money comes from? Taxes! Your taxes, my dear.
All right, great. We got to listen to this guy talk about taxes now.
They declare war. Every chance they get so that the weapon industry that finances their campaigns gets richer and richer and richer. And that's how we finance their wars. So the slightest connection with corruption turns us into accomplices. Unless one manages to keep at arm's length.
He's wearing a union leader hat, but...
That is what I did, my loyal disciple. At the Million-Star Hotel. So, do like your master, the great...
Hey, what's your name? You never told me...
Great. He fell asleep.
Well, we didn't get much from him. After a point.
Okay, so now I'm not able to do my Blacksad sense on him because we thanked him for his time. That's irritating. I wasn't expecting that to, like, prevent me from interacting with him.
You can enter a pan view.
Yeah.
On Pride Month.
Alright, let's see if walking out and then back in does anything. I'm going to be really sad if ordering the hamburger...
It's over. You'll never be able to figure out exactly what he smells like.
That's fair. But I don't want to miss
Cat
any...
senses only work in brief spurts.
Yeah, you have to have a meter. The meter has to be full for a cat to use its senses. It's like a super move.
Yeah, exactly. You have to do 3 quarter circles and a punch. Nope, that character's out of the story now.
Yep, I guess we can't do that. So well, the thing that I'm worried about now is that by ordering, I was thinking we could order the burger and then, you know, when we leave, we take it with us. Because I still had questions to ask what's her name.
Yeah, you keep stumbling into the prompts that make you leave the scene.
So it's like
one of those kinds of games.
That's
Hooray.
Really stressful.
Get ready for that.
So we'll have to be much more careful. Is there anything I can do here with this?
Oh, you forgot to activate your brain until now. Classic
No,
mistake.
Yeah, my brain wasn't turned on. None of these. See, like, the thing is that we get clues from doing that. So it's like, did I just hard miss out on some clues? That would suck.
I don't know.
Let's walk back
Cure
to
for
the
drunks?
diner.
Is that what it said? We fixed them.
Sure. Yeah, it says a cure for drunks.
What in the world?
Boy,
Ooh,
we move so
there's a weird
slowly.
blur. Wait, is that in the stream or the real game?
No, that's the game. That's
There's
just
like a
the
weird
game.
blur near the middle right of the screen.
Can't talk to that man.
You can go to Sam's Diner if you fill up this connect gesture menu. Remember that?
Yeah.
Hold your hand
You have
over
to
this for
waggle your
10
finger.
seconds straight. This is the
Make
way
the
of the
camera
future. Everyone
realize.
wants computers that you have to stand up to use and work, and every gesture is as slow as possible.
I do like these like random background NPCs.
So that's the same dog twice.
Yep.
Here's a good example of what throws me off about this entire setting in the comics too, is just the fact that like it's not just the women having less like animal shapes, it's the fact that pretty much across the board only the women have hair.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
every
women
woman looks like
have
an animal wearing
hair.
a wig, and every single man is just a bald, regular furred animal. The closest examples I can think of that are like there's lions with manes, and there's the hyena with his slicked hair.
All
But
right.
basically men never have hairstyles of any kind.
Yeah, they look more like they're animals. And one of the things that I noticed in the comics too is that it's like, for lack of a better word, the only way to describe it, especially in terms of like the art style, is like beautiful women look like humans. But like,
oh yeah, old ladies
like
all look like animals and
grandmas
stuff.
and stuff will just look like animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird. All right, let's go back to asking her questions.
Their muzzles just grow out when they hit 40.
Yeah, they morph into animals.